Hi everybody, this is Jan Gustafsson coming to you from Karlsruhe, where over-the-board chess in Germany has resumed. The final round, or the championship round, to determine a German champion for the year 2020 is being played out with 8 teams that made it here to Karlsruhe, fighting against each other. It's a strange atmosphere, but a lot of strong players have made it here, and so far the top 2 teams are very clearly the team that I am playing for on paper, even though I have not yet made an appearance. Baden-Baden, that has brought in some of the big guns. Fabiano Caruana is here, Levan Aronian is here, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, Richard Rapport, you name them. It's an impressive lineup Baden-Baden is fielding, and they have won their first 4 matches out of the 7 that are played in total. But it is by no means certain that Baden-Baden will win this event, because the team from Viernheim, that has not been around in the Bundesliga forever but is sporting a very impressive lineup, has also won all of their matches pretty convincingly. Viernheim started already with a strong team, but in the first round they played, let me look it up, Anton Korobov, fantastic player in his own right, on board 1, and then if you compare that to round number 3. All of a sudden, Korobov was on board number 4, and they had brought in Mamedyarov, Malachov, Krivoruchko, 3 players around 2,700 or higher in Mamedyarov's case. Therefore, Viernheim looks like a very strong squad, 8 strong Grandmasters, and they will face Baden-Baden in the last round, in round number 7. I don't think it would be too bold a prediction to think both these teams might win all of their matches and then determine the German champion in that very last round. There are other strong teams here, of course, Solingen, Werder Bremen, teams that have been top teams in the Bundesliga for a very long time, as well as the squad from Deitzisau, featuring many of the top German players. But thus far, this looks like a battle between Baden-Baden and Viernheim. On the Baden-Baden squad, for me, one player stood out, not so much results-wise, but entertainment-wise, and that is Richard Rapport, who's insanely high-rated. He's like 2760, the world number 13, somewhere in that neighborhood. And he's played some spectacular games in this event. I wanted to show you one of those. It's his game where he had the black pieces against young up-and-coming Swiss Grandmaster Noel Stüder, very strong player in his own right, and Rapport started by sacrificing a piece for 3 pawns, but the star move of the game comes in this position you can see on the screen, where, with his rook being attacked on a8, he just ignored that and played pawn to e5, saying, you can take my rook, no problem. If Stüder would have taken that rook, he would just, calmly have advanced his pawns, bishop h2 check, king f1, pawn to f4, and it turns out there is no defense against this avalanche. For example, pawn to f3 would be followed up with pawn to e4, and even though black is currently a rook and a piece down, there's absolutely no defense against the black attack. That was spotted by Mr. Stüder, who decided to return some material with knight takes d5 and rook takes e5, but it did not save him against Rapport's attack, because Rapport, after some more brilliancies, just was first to attack the white king and won this game in very good style. That was not all for Richard Rapport's brilliancies, because in round number 4, which has just finished at the time of recording, Rapport came up with another beauty against my dear friend Dutch Grandmaster Luc van Vele, where the star move really is the final move of the game. In this position, after queen to c3, probably Luc thought the situation is around equal, queens are about to get exchanged. But Rapport's next move showed that this is not the case. Rapport sacrificed the queen with rook takes h2. It turns out that that queen cannot be captured, because it would be checkmate in 2 moves. And therefore, van Vele had nothing better than resigning, because there is no salvation. King h2 would allow queen takes f2 with mate to follow via rook h6 or queen g2. So some impressive stuff, some nice combinations from Richard Rapport, who has been very inspired in his good games. Bad news for Baden-Baden, the sad news is that world number 2 Fabiano Caruana lost today against Erwin Lamy, who played a fantastic game on board number 1 for Solingen, managed to not only defeat that giant, but also do it in style when in the opening he decided, you know what, Fabiano, I will not just play it safely, I will try to attack you and come after your king with the move pawn to g4, which we see here, which is something you usually don't expect from someone 200 points lower rated playing against the world number 2. But Erwin pulled it off and won a fantastic attacking game against the world number 2. Baden-Baden still won the match, so we're headed toward that finish between Baden-Baden and Viernheim. Things will stay exciting, and we hope you enjoy the action. Bye, everybody.